Uh, Welcome, friends. My name is Avinash and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Face to Face Corporate Series. Friends, in these corporate series interviews, we talk to emerging companies from emerging sectors, and we talk to them about their business journey, their growth plans, and in this process, we also talk to the company's promoters. And today, friends, we have got a very interesting company by the name of Transteel Seating Technologies Ltd. It's a Bangalore-based company, and we have the privilege of having the top management team with us, Mr. Shiraz Ibrahim, who's the managing director and CFO of the company. Welcome, Shirazji, to the program. And we have also got Nasreen Shiraz. Madam, welcome to the show. And also we have got another gentleman by the name of Daniil Shanpure, who is the Chief Growth Officer of the company. Gentlemen, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. And I'm pretty sure that we'll have a very good conversation which will help us understand your company's operations better.
Thank you, Avinash, for having us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Avinash.
So, first question, Shirazji, I would like to ask you is that if you could tell our, viewers in a very simple way, what is the business model of our company and what is the positioning of Transteel in the domestic market? If you could share your thoughts and start, with this.
So our business model of the company is a digital-first approach. We are domain experts in the field of office furniture for corporates. We are using the digital-first approach to give our expertise to not just to large corporates, but to small and medium businesses. So this is the basic the model of our company.
And Shirazji, if you could just add some color as to how did this business journey start? If you could give us some color that how did this journey start? I believe it came from your, father, who started the business. So if you could tell us, in a small way, how did the business journey start so that, our viewers can understand your company much better?
So, Avinashi, so we are basically Malayalis from Kerala. My father always believed in creating things. So he started his journey manufacturing from tanks to scaffoldings. He manufactured. In the early 90s, he moved us to office furniture. And from 1995 onwards, we've been a supplier of choice to most of the leading corporates in India. It could be from an LIC to a State Bank of India to a multinational company like, say, IBM. So being from Bangalore, technology comes easy to us, and all of us in Bangalore are connected to the tech space in one way or the other. So our company, from the very beginning, we had taken the help of technology to grow our business forward. So it could have been Salesforce, which we had adopted maybe 9 years ago, when cloud computing was just a byword. We were on the cloud much before that. So it was when COVID happened that we had to shift to digital, as that is the only way to keep in touch with our customers. So that's how we embraced technology to go digital. During COVID, with the help of Daniil, we perfected the digital model of the company. And as COVID is at the end of COVID, what we are doing right now, the same digital model of the company, we are using that to help small and medium businesses to improve their workspaces by supplying quality office furniture.
Okay. Now, I think very nicely articulated, Shirazji. Now, tell me one thing in terms of the product range. If you could tell us, what are the kind of various products segments which Transteel is into? So, it could help us understand your company's product kind of, categories a little better.
So Avinashi, so when it comes to commercial office spaces, we literally can manufacture anything under the sky. So we start from, say, from an operator chair from Myco, which we manufactured, where one of the you ask from us was that the chair should be chained to the machine so that when there is a labor unrest, the laborer does not throw the chair on furniture. To all the way to chairs to all the way to height adjustable tables and ergonomic chairs used by PhD people to generate software which you and I use. So to hospitals, to auditoriums, to name the change, to name the product, we have done it across all commercial spaces.
Okay. And Shirazji, now coming on the overall opportunity size for you in terms of the market size, typically looking at the kind of growth, which we have recorded in FY23, could you tell us what is the kind of the opportunity over the next, say, 3 to 4 years? How big is this market? How strongly do you feel that, you have a very strong opportunity to grow, considering that office equipment is now a very integral part of any corporate office?
Avinashi, see, our industry is a 43,000 to 45,000 crore industry because any commercial activity requires furniture. it to tell you the opportunity. It could be like from fitting out from an airport. When your flight lands, the emergency response team has a mobile van which has our furniture. To your doctor, to your hospital which has our furniture. To convention centers which has our furniture. So the market opportunity is extremely large. Anything which is commercial has a requirement for our furniture.
Okay. And now coming, Sirajji, to some of your key customers, if you could tell us some of your key customers, where you all have actually supplied chairs, and typically, I believe yours is largely a B2B business. So, typically, do you feel that this B2B business will continue, or will you all also make an attempt to get into the B2C part of the business? Any plans there? If yes or no, if you could please tell us.
So, Avinashji, see, anybody with a GST number is our customer.
Okay.
So, we are a business. We don't say that we are B2B or D2C. We call ourselves as a direct-to-business customer. So,
Okay.
it can be any business. It could be big or it could be a small. We are there for them. In the past 30 years of our company, we have done a small clinic from an orthopedic doctor's clinic all the way down to Columbia Asia Hospital. We have done from LIC of India hospitals to Broking House Hospital. We have done from an Infosys and IBM to a startup company. So we specialize in providing workspace furniture. We are able to align the furniture to the business requirement of the end consumer.
Okay. Shiraji, now one more thing which I wanted to know on the pricing side. See, if it is a B2B customer, which gives you a large order, then how is the pricing done? Is it more of a volume driven approach, like you get a large bulk order, so obviously you optimize on your per unit costing, or do you have a standard kind of package for a B2B customer, or is it customized? That is what I want to know.
So we are an entirely customized company. When it comes to large deals in India, it is extremely customized. There is no right size for one person. It depends on the journey of the customer. Sometimes the customer values, he likes to spend money on his interiors because his brand is conveyed to his employees and his stakeholders through the furniture in his office. At the same time, we also have customers to whom furniture is as much as a machine is to him, furniture is to him. So we try and be in the middle of the market.
Okay.
In terms of pricing.
Okay. Now coming to the competitive landscape, Shirajji. Now see, your market is fairly competitive, and obviously you all have tried hard, and you have maintained a very strong brand image for our company. Now tell me, in terms of the unorganized or the private or the listed, is the level of competitive intensity very large, or do you think that people do come by looking at your brand, by looking at your product features? What is it that pulls the customer to your products? Like, what is it that Transteel offers to companies, customers, the products in a different way? Because a chair is a chair. I mean, how do you sell it in a different way to ensure that the customer comes to you and there's a good amount of repeat business for us?
Avinashi, first of all, for us, we sell to companies to whom a workplace is a place where there is emotions attached to it. So we sell to companies where employees, when they come to your office, they want a belongingness to that office. So there is also a company when you come where the chair is your chair. It matters to you, or your table is customized to your color, or the corporate colors are there in the furniture which is all around you. So that's the segment to which we sell to, where the customer's brand and the customer's work is reflected on the furniture which they buy. So that combined with, we have also innovate in our line. We are able to bring in green, organic, sustainability using our collaboration with Tata Steel onto the product. So we prefer to sell to customers. We would rather say that in a large commodity market, we are able to differentiate ourselves by means of our branding and to serve customers to whom the brand identity of them is conveyed through our furniture to them.
Just one more thing, Shiraji, which I remember you telling me sometime earlier, that the health consciousness of the employees is also equally important. So is that also an USP when you try to sell your chairs? Typically, because today a lot of health related issues also happen because of improper use of some chairs. So if you could elaborate on that also, please.
Avinash, see, ergonomics is an important thing. It is mostly a misunderstood thing in our line. Everybody says their products are ergonomic. So for an ergonomic product, it is first important to understand who is using your product. It could be a lady, it could be a thin person, it could be a stout person, it could be a tall person. So how do you align your office furniture in response to the ergonomic needs of the end consumer, who
Okay.
could be in thousands and 2,000 and 3,000 people? So that is what we have picked up over 30 years, our legacy of 30 years of supplying to Infosys of the world, where they employ a large, diverse workspace. So we are able to align our products in such a manner that we use tools given to us to make sure the products are ergonomic, adjustable for everybody. It could be somebody with oily hair, it could be someone who's very fat, it could be someone who's very thin. So we've been able to work. It is our domain expertise, which we have learned over the last 30 years.
I think nicely articulated, Shiraji. Now, Dhanilji, sorry to keep you waiting for a long time. Now, something on the financials which I wanted to ask you. Sir, please tell me that, in FY23, we saw a very solid jump, 59 crores, top line, 9 crores profit after tax. Now, first of all, I just wanted to understand that on a YY basis, what has been the key reasons for this improvement? If you could, share your thoughts and tell us in brief, how did this improvement take place? Because if we see the growth in profit from hardly 1 crore, the profit has jumped to 9 crores. So your thoughts here, key reasons for this improvement.
I think Shiraj, you want to answer that, the financial.
So Avinashi,
The growth of
the growth, Daniel delivers sales to us. The profitability comes because of the way we address the market, Avinashi. So basically, Daniel has been able to target the middle of the market for us. So what happens at the very top, at the very bottom, you will find that either the consumers tend to spend too much, but the volume is limited. At the very bottom, the consumers are extremely price conscious, but there is high volumes. So Daniel's digital strategy has been able to position us at the middle of the market where we get the optimum mix of volume and pricing. So basically, we were able to raise our prices and command better terms using Daniel's digital technology.
And also, just to kind of add to what Shiraj has mentioned, that since we have a digital first approach and with our proprietorship tools which have been developed for Transteel, we have been able to exactly pinpoint our customers in a digital space. There is no dealership model which is there in between us. We are directly able to reach out to the larger audiences who are having that mid of the market, what Shiraj was mentioning. So with that in place, we are able to get a good leads at a very good cost, and with our branding which is there already there in place. So we are able to position ourselves in a digital space. I mean, I would say we are actually leading the market at this point of time.
Okay. Fine. Shiraji, now having said about the FY23 financials, I mean, broadly, without putting a number, if you could tell us, what is the outlook for the company for FY24? Already 6 months numbers have come out. As per the prospectus, September numbers have already been put out. What is your outlook for the full year? Like, should we be able to maintain the momentum what has been shown in the first half, or should it be better? And in terms of profitability margins, can we expect a better number? If not a number, at least, your outlook, please.
Avinashi, as far as the growth is concerned, we are extremely aggressive and extremely bullish. We have just covered a very small portion of the market. As Daniel was briefly mentioning, our impression share, even at this growth rate, is only 4%. So we expect very, very strong top line growth. As far as the bottom line is concerned, we would expect to maintain or slightly improve on the bottom line by improving our product mix better, by adding more high value products to the product for the product line, maybe targeting the management of the company, the boardrooms of the company where the margins are better. So we would hope to grow both the top line and the bottom line together.
Okay. Now coming to the working capital side, Shirajji, typically, in our business, what is the kind of working capital cycle, for us, right from the time you, put the product in the showroom and the customer takes it and then you get the money for that product. So typically, what's the, working capital cycle, right from say production to sales?
So that's a very complicated answer, but to summarize it, I would say anywhere between 90 to 120 days would be the working capital cycle of the company. We could always bring it sub 90, but that is about 90 days would be the working capital cycle of the company.
So that would be the standard. Around 90 days would be the normal kind of working capital cycle for our business, right? Shiraji, now if you could tell us something about our forthcoming IPO. I think the company is hitting the capital market. So we'd love to hear from you. What is the objective of this IPO? What is the amount of funds you are going to raise? So if you could add some color and inform us.
So the objective of the IPO is growth. We are here to raise money for growing the company much further. We believe if we are if we get adequate funds, we will be able to use the money to expand our geographical reach to fund more growth. We would like to invest into some bit of capex, which would also help in the Make in India initiative, improve our product quality, reduce lead time. Thirdly, we would like to improve our working capital cycle so that it could improve our it could improve our bottom line also, because if you are able to pay better, we are able to buy better.
Okay. And I believe this IPO also includes a small OFS, right, Shiraji?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
It includes a small portion of OFS, yes.
okay. Okay, now Shiraji, one small question which is related to now to the new investors who would be putting money in your company. Now, see, you all have built this company from scratch, built a very strong brand name. Now, for the new investors who come and actually be your growth partners in future, what could be your broad message to them? Because people obviously expect good amount of wealth creation, from listed companies. So, not from a short-term perspective, but from a long-term perspective as a promoter, what would be your message to them in terms of long-term wealth creation if they put your money in your IPO?
So Avinashi, my message is that we are here to create wealth for all our investors. The company board has been structured in such a manner that if you were to look at how we have structured the company, if you look, Danil is our chief growth officer. The company board has got independent directors who they are only the two of us who are directly promoted. The rest of the three people are independent. They're also subject experts in our line. Like if you look at Mukesh Singh, he's an IIT Kanpur and MIT graduate. Danil is an REC Trichy graduate. So we feel that there's a huge opportunity out there in terms of office furniture. We feel that digital is a way to go forward. We feel that through proper equity infusion into the company, through proper application of money of the equity infusion to grow the company further, we feel that we'll be able to create wealth not only for all the investors but also for all the stakeholders of Transteel.
And also,
Fine.
just to kind of add a couple of lines here.
Yeah, please.
So, I would say brand, technology, digital, and innovation. So it is all there at Transteel. So right now we have solved the very big chunk of the problem. So the growth is ahead of us, so which is very important for us. So that should be the key things.
Okay. Shiraji, last question now is that, in every business, there is some risk attached. Of course, COVID was a very big abnormal event. In our business, you said our growth is related to all, whichever company has a GST number. So typically, can we believe that, our business is a sustainable business where very little chances of a recession are there or demand compression are there? What, in your opinion, is the biggest risk for our business, and how well have we mitigated this risk over the last so many years and kept ourselves profitable? So if you could share some thoughts here.
So Avinash, see, as an entrepreneur, I'm always optimistic and always forward-looking. But at the same time, I hear what you're saying. If you ask me, the biggest risk which is there at this point of time in our business, the India growth story is intact. We see no dearth of opportunity in terms of GST related businesses. There are more and more businesses coming in. There are so many of us around. The consumption story of India is intact. The only risk which I can see at this point of time is our AI, which comes. Basically, it is our ability to adopt to AI. Basically, we are a digital first company. So today, digital is basically based on search and your phone. But tomorrow, you may speak to your phone and ask it for an answer. So whichever organization is able to make the transition that quicker to the way we access information, that would be the biggest risk. We are well placed to mitigate the risk because Daniel is already working on a digital model which is able to read signals from the customer and adopt our campaign to deliver those kind of results. So
I think very well articulated, Shiraji. Now, one small final question is that, do you see any major competitive risk coming from global competition? A lot of global companies are also entering the Indian market. Now, in that perspective, do you think that we have the competitive moat and we have the marketing network, we have the brand to actually fight out these competitors? Because, obviously, they would come in the higher end of the market. We are present across the value chain. So in that sense, are we, competitive enough to face this kind of pressure? Maybe not immediately, but over the next, say, 3-4 years, because India is a very large growing market. So in that perspective, has the company, already geared up mentally to, face this kind of competition?
So, Avinash, you are right, of course. The global players like Steelcase and Hibbert are already putting up plants in India. At this point of time, they're only targeting Facebooks and Amazon offices of the world. We are not yet reached targeting mid-sized offices. What I believe is that the Indianness of us is what will help us to stay competitive. It is our ability to innovate and use local materials what will help stay competitive. We have already started working with the Tata Group for use of jute, cotton, and other Indian organic materials which can be commercialized. So we are doing a lot of innovation by working with scientists and researchers in innovating the product so that we use our country's strengths for ourselves and which we can compete against the global players strengths. So net, we have already started working on using sustainable Indian original designs which can benefit Indian customers.
Right.
Okay, I
Just to
think
add to
Shirajji,
Shiraj, yeah. Yeah, so just to add to Shiraj, so we have the digital data with us, which is about 5 years of very, very precious data. At this point of time, for India, we exactly know our target persona and customers, where nobody will be able to basically target with that kind of a data. So data is very key for us, and we are able to use it in a very positive approach for our digital omni channel strategy. So we don't foresee any kind of competition for us in terms of a digital space because we are able to use the data and reach out to our audiences very effectively.
okay. I think Shirajji, thank you very much for your valuable time, to us today. We could understand your company's operations much better. And my best wishes to you, your entire management team, and my best wishes also for your forthcoming IPO. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Avinash. Pleasure.
Thank you,
Thank you for having
Avinash.
us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.